I now call the Crosby Township Board of Trustees regular meeting to order for August 11th, 2025. Please stand for the pledge. Roll call.
Doug Loman.
Here.
Chuck Ice.
Here.
Okay, there we go. How about, do we call for Dennis? Nope.
No, he's
Dennis and absentee. And how about Alan?
no.
Nope. Okay.
Approval of the minutes for the regular meeting held July 14th, 2025.
You got one correction?
Pardon me?
You got one correction?
Yeah, with a
Yes.
small correction.
I got one correction on a fellow's name, and we got that fixed. So otherwise, I think Chuck signed off and Doug has signed off. We'll wait for Dennis to approve it, but I'll do a roll call on it.
Yeah, I make
Need a
Okay, all right,
a motion, Gears.
second.
all right.
Roll
As-
call.
Roll call, Chuck Ice,
Yes.
Doug Loman.
Yes.
All right. Minutes stand approved.
Approval to pay the bills as have been presented over the past month.
I make that motion.
Second. Roll call.
Chuck Ice,
Yes.
Doug Loman.
Yes. Okay. Correspondence. August is being proclaimed as National Emergency Management Awareness Month by Hamilton County Board of Commissioners. They will be posting things on X throughout the month. America 250 meeting is Thursday, September 11th at 7 p.m. at Miami Town Hall on 128. I'll probably be there. House Bill 96 recommends a cyber security policy, and the state will be issuing guidelines for that. And there are Fernald Preserve weekly programs. That's all I have. And then I have some things for Dennis. So this is Dennis's report. Documentation retention policy was sent up to Ohio State Historical Society and the Ohio Auditor for review. The policy was returned and department heads have a copy. Dennis made some edits to the Crosby Township 2025 facility stormwater plan, and the final version was signed and sent to Jessica Dottie. Firehouse update. Worked with the maintenance staff to install a 5-ton AC unit from Ohio Cat to keep the living unit cool while work is performed on the building to flood-proof it. Air ducts are being installed as well as electric wiring. Windows are in. Roof is being finished and the concrete block wall installed for flood-proofing the walls that need that. The total amount paid out as of 8/11/25 to Alpha Construction is $500,337. Everyone should review the job description for Township Administrator position and submit any additions or ideas for me to consider at our board meeting in September. We will determine what timeline to pursue and what the salary shall be. Dennis played at the Butler Rural Electric Golf fundraiser on August 1st at Indian Ridge Golf Course. There were around 125 golfers who supported this event on a beautiful Friday. And that's all for Dennis. Chuck?
Yeah, I got email from Fifth Third. We got all the signers signing on our accounts. The email came from Trish up top, I guess. Also, I got email from the Friends of the Whitewater Circles, and we do have Jennifer here. Basically, that was the Slide 2025 newsletter. They're working on the meeting house. The ceiling is done, they're halfway painted. And on September 7th, they're having a family event, which they're going to talk about from 2 to 5, and they're looking for volunteers. So I got an email from Kim Downey, the City of Harrison, City Administrator, and I talked to her today. I think Charlie will be going to a meeting on cybersecurity
Yes.
on August 21st from 12 to 2.
Right.
And I guess if you can't make it, you can let me know.
Where's that at again?
That's going to be at the City of Harrison Administrative
Oh.
Building.
In their conference room.
Yeah. The company they're putting on is ACC, Hamilton Claremont Co-op. I guess
It's who they use for IT.
IT company, yes. So they're going to talk about their program, and I guess you already reserve it by August 19th.
Yeah, I accepted the invite.
Yeah. So, and then got email from Bernard Preserve Visitor Center. They have a school programming from August the 2nd, 25 to May the 29th, 26, from 8 to 4. This basically for the different schools. They got different programs, but it's open to anybody. So senior citizens, whoever would like to go, they got all kind of programs. So, also America 250 Ohio Commission. They like a revolution from all the townships and cities. Supporting, I guess, the America 250. So, and also I got a email from Hamilton County. Monthly, they test the system. I guess it's the first Wednesday of the month. Well, they're going to be going some meeting on their system between August the 11th through December. They're going to be testing it. And every once in a while, you might hear a short sound, but I guess you make sure they're going to make sure the system is working correctly. So, but I guess they're still going to have the first Wednesday testing. So, and that's all I have.
Thanks, Chuck. Guest Sheriff DePaoli.
All right, good evening, everybody. Lieutenant Jeremy DePaoli with the Hamilton County Sheriffs. I have the August 2025 report for criminal events and so forth in Crosby Township for the month of July. On the 19th, there was a theft from a vehicle up on Atherton Road. Persons unknown entered the victim's unlocked vehicle during the overnight hours, removed medication and a 9mm Springfield pistol. Second victim up there also reported that the perpetrators took out a satchel with night vision goggles, and I think there was other miscellaneous things in that sack. Total loss unknown. Both of those vehicles unlocked. I know we think we all live in a safe area, but lock your stuff up if you care about it. These guys are going to go through your unlocked vehicles, and if it's sitting there, they're going to take it. Simple as that. 19th of July also, firearms discharged into a habitation. Persons unknown discharged one round at an unknown time that penetrated the wall of the victim's front parlor. Round appeared to have possibly come from a neighbor's rear yard. I'll stress on this one. Again, probably, most likely, this is not, we don't have somebody running around shooting houses up. But if you're out there firing a firearm in your backyard, gun control means 2 hands and a safe backdrop. Please please exercise good responsibility with your firearms. Another theft on the 24th of July. This one was out on Patty's Run Road. Victim stated a known suspect removed a trailer from her property. It contained several DeWalt power tools as well as a power generator. Estimated loss on that was about $10,000. A lot of tools. Last one was an assault on Water Street on the 29th of July. That was a lover's quarrel. A victim told our guys she found the male suspect. Must have been boyfriend or something of that nature. Having intercourse with another woman in his RV, which was parked on her property. She told us she attacked him, causing possible facial injury. He was nowhere to be found. She reported no serious injury on her part. Closed out. We couldn't find him. I'll let you decide whether or not that was a justifiable attack or not. Anyway, that is all the criminal activity occurring in Crosby Township for the month of July. One non-criminal report was taken and criminal investigations. 2 of those cases were assigned for investigation. Neither of those have been closed as of this writing. Traffic incidents, 10 auto crashes. Seems like a lot for the month of July. I don't think we had any snow out there, but 10 crashes reported, 1 OVI arrest. Dispatch report, 117 calls for service in Crosby Township during the month, and 62 non-billable details, which would have been my guys being out there on investigations, traffic stops, other things of that nature. The DVERT program, Domestic Violence, Domestic Violence Enhanced Response Team, shortened to DVERT, is a program run in conjunction with Women Helping Women. Provides immediate resources and social services for victims of domestic violence or abuse and pretty much any other situation where a lady may benefit from their assistance. There were no incidents for which social workers responded during the month. If anybody needs more information on the program, they can go to www.womenhelpingwomen.org. So the only other 2 things I really have of note since I wrote that up last week. Questions have come up about the Whitewater contract, still in limbo. I got nothing further on that one. And of course, I think it's well known that we are soon moving into the New Haven Civic Center, Harrison Civic Center, over there on New Haven Road. I was told that may be as early as tomorrow that we begin shifting resources in there, which is good. It's been, I think I said it last meeting, we had talked about as early as maybe early to mid-July, and well, government agency, just tack on another month or longer. It's just the way it goes. But I'm optimistic about this one. I'm told we're waiting on internet hookups and a few IT issues before we get in there. So maybe as early as tomorrow or this weekend. Fingers are crossed. So that is all I have. Floor open for any thoughts, questions, concerns from anybody.
Questions?
Nobody? Huh, all right. Well, easy crowd.
Thank you.
I appreciate everybody
Thank you.
and take care.
All right, public at large. Jennifer, if you want to get up, tell us who you are and who you're with. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Borneman, and I serve on the board of Friends of the Whitewater Shaker Village. The village is located at 11813 Oxford Road. We are working to save Ohio's only remaining Shaker Village, which is located here in Crosby Township, north of the red flashing light in New Haven. The village is over 200 years old. This picture shows the meeting house, which has unusual architecture and is the only brick shaker meeting house left in the United States. I want to invite you to our 2 upcoming open house events. On Sunday, September 7th, we will be open from 2 to 5 in the afternoon. We are calling this the Grand Event as it is on Grandparents' Day, and we will have lots of hands-on activities for the entire family. On Saturday, October 4th, we invite you to our 8th annual Passport to the Past event. 5 other local history organizations will also be open that afternoon, including Harrison Village Historical Society Museum, Othniel Looker House, Fernald Feed Material Production Center, which is Fernald Preserve on Willie Road, Passmore Cabin near the Crosby Fire Station, and Whitewater Shaker Village, located at 11813 Oxford Road. Both open houses are from 2 to 5 p.m. If you haven't been to the village in a while, a lot has changed. Recent restoration includes carpentry and electrical work, drywall and painting. The accessibility ramp was completed last week. We have a new permanent exhibit called Simply Shaker that features historic photos and a multi-tiered timeline with artifacts. Shakers were known for making chairs. In your conference room here, there is a chair that was originally from this village. Make sure you stop and look at all the detail in their craftsmanship. Again, my name is Jennifer, and I hope to see you on Sunday, September 7th, or Saturday, October 4th. We also offer small group tours. For more information or to contact us, please visit our website. Thank you.
Any questions for? Thanks, Jennifer. Okay, Andy?
Hello, everyone. Thank you. My name is Andy Dickerson. I'm the Executive Director of Cardinal Land Conservancy. We specialize in land preservation, so we do green space, we preserve agricultural lands, and urban open space. And we do that throughout Southwest Ohio and now in Southern Indiana. I'm here looking for a resolution of support for you guys for an opportunity, no guarantee, for us to apply for a grant. The grant is a Clean Ohio Green Space Grant, and I actually sat on the committee with Dennis for a few years here in Hamilton County. The property, I brought some handouts for the trustees, if you could pass those around. I think it's been owned by a development group for about 20 years. No, that's our newsletter. There's some maps on it. It's 59 acres, and it's up near River Road and 128 on the southeast side. It's kind of flat, overgrown, shrubby trees and invasive plants on it, and it's got some elevation, so it's had some restrictions for the ability for it to be developed. We like the property because it does have a unique diversity option, and it's so near Fernald that it's going to get some of the plants and animals that they have. The grant program, it's called the Clean Ohio Green Space Grant Program. It's been around since 2000. It was approved by the state of Ohio in a bipartisan show of support for preserving green space around the state. Each year, Hamilton County gets about $2 million to dole out to land trusts and government agencies to preserve property. So we're looking to do that right here. The thing we'd like to do is get rid of the invasive species and have a primitive accessible trail for folks to come over and enjoy the place and the scenic views.
So is that Vision bike trail, walking trails?
Walking trail.
Walking trails, and how long will that trail be?
Just over 3/4 of a mile.
3/4, okay. Any further development of either the, we'll call it the ground covers? I mean, I live out here, And the park did a lot of wild flowers.
We're
Those
the
kind-
same with wildflowers, yes.
Okay.
So the top of the slope is mature trees.
Yep.
We're gonna get rid of some of the trees that shouldn't be there
Yep.
and put back some of the oak trees that should be.
Okay.
But that bottom flat 10 or 12 acres is what should be into
Wildflowers.
some of the similar stuff that
Mhm.
Fernald did.
Is any of that now, like, is there any buildings there? Or is it, any of it farmland? or-
Undeveloped land. And it's been owned by them for 20 years. I think the bottom 11 acres was hay, but now it's just grown up in shrubs and trees.
Who owns it?
A place called Branch Hill Development. I think they developed the mobile home park.
Is it on River Road or 128?
128.
Okay. It's up by the gas plant. It's up by the gas.
Yeah, it's by where there, that
Yeah.
Texas Energy owns that little corner there.
All right.
So, and again, we're not looking for any financial resources from you guys. It's part of the requirements from the Ohio Public Works Commission to come before the trustees and the county commissioners to look for a resolution of support. And the county likes for us to come before you guys first to get your thoughts on it.
So are you looking for a resolution then from us tonight?
I would love that, but it can wait till your next meeting if need be.
All right.
Yeah, we'll wait till the next meeting, and our other trustee will be here then, too.
Yeah, that's fine. Dennis, like I said, he served on the funding committee for it. And if you have any questions before then, please don't hesitate to reach out.
Your contact information on here?
It's on that, in that newsletter.
Okay.
And
Are
Andy,
you local, or,
What's that?
are you local, or?
Yeah, our office is out of Loveland.
Oh, okay. What other, do you have any other properties in this area at all, or anything?
We have easements on some farms. We're working with the Stewarts and Popes on preserving some of the farmland on the Whitewater and the Great Miami. The Park District has a bunch of the other properties down along the rivers for preserving agricultural lands. You might, during the half of the year that's not right now, we've got we live stream a bald eagle nest that we have a camera on the Ohio River, but it's on the east side of Cincinnati, but in the city. So we try to make it a point to showcase the importance of biodiversity to the public and get them engaged and involved.
So basically, you want to buy the property and then
Make
turn
it a
over.
public, accessible, natural space.
So did the owner of the property, like, approach you about it, or did you find them?
I found them. We kind of look around for properties that have some significant resources, and we've got the ability to look at maps and go back on Google Maps to 60, 70 years. And we saw this one has been lying vacant, so we looked it up and found them. And here we are.
no issues being Indian property or anything like that, the historical?
Well, not really. And if there was, it would help our cause in getting the grant.
Okay.
We're not looking to disturb the soil for
Mhm.
digging footers or anything like that, so
Mhm.
not an issue.
Anybody else? All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Great, thank you.
Anybody else? All right, legal, Alan?
I think we may have passed around some changes to the agreements for rental of this building and the shelter. Otarma, I was talking to Dennis, and Otarma suggested that we put in some indemnification language in these agreements that you have these organizations sign when they want to rent the shelter or the community center. So I don't know if you got a chance to look it over, but did you pass these around to,
Yeah, we have it.
okay. You know, did you look at these, Brenda? Because there's a blank space in the indemnification language. You would have to put in the name of the organization in a couple of places. Do you, when you rent out, I had a question, when you rent out this place to the shelter, do the groups that rent it out, do they have their own insurance? Do you make any inquiry about that?
Often it's private people as well. I mean, it's not always an organization. And that, right, to me, that kind of raises this question. Is this form applicable to people who rent and people who reserve? If you are an organization and, you know, you are, we don't charge for organizations, I'll say it that way. So, but they do reserve space, but I know we speak in terms of rental, so I guess I'm asking, do you want that same, you know, form signed for anytime anybody wants to use the facility, whether they're paying money or not?
Well, I think, at least from my understanding, talking to Dennis, that anytime either one of these forms is used, you know, they want them signed.
Correct.
So,
I just wanted to ask the question. Dennis and I didn't have a lot of conversation prior to, you know, what email I got from you, so
yeah.
I'm fine with it. I just wanted it clarified.
Yeah, it was my understanding that it's usually organizations that rent the space, I use the term rent, the shelter or in here, and usually I would think they would probably carry some sort of insurance for their activities, but.
Organizations, I don't, you know, I've never asked the question, never
Okay.
thought about the question to ask, but it would be often people, maybe it's 4-H, maybe it's where we just got some meetings from Girl Scouts. I would assume, but I don't really know the answer to
Yeah.
that. If you want that clarified and part of that paperwork, then that's something that you can tell me what to do.
Yeah, I don't think we need to clarify it, but with indemnity, as you know, if something happened, they would have to protect the township and its employees and all of that. So it wasn't in the previous one. So a lot of times with insurance, they cover contractual liability in a case like this where there's indemnity and they've agreed to indemnify. But as you say, many times maybe these organizations really don't carry any, but they should be made aware of the indemnity provisions in the contract.
Right, and because it's on those forms now, that will be sufficient if they've read it and signed it.
Right.
Then that's
Correct.
what you're looking for, the bottom
Yeah.
line. Okay.
The only thing I have is a recommended number 4. We had an agreement made up by Allen, and we
Wait a
do
second.
have liability insurance.
What was it you were referring to?
Number 4
Number 4 of what?
on page 2.
No.
I thought you had a copy of it.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that was in this is the first I've seen this, okay? You say number 4 of what?
On page 2.
Everything's numbered, you'll see, under recommendations.
Yeah, on that page number 2.
Let me
Yeah.
see here, page 2.
Yes.
Isn't that kind of what he's done, or?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we had an
Lisa-
agreement made up by Allen, and we do have liability insurance. I'm not sure where they're coming from, but maybe I'm missing something, but
Well, it says the written lease agreement between the township and the association who leases the township hall does not require the lessee to carry liability insurance.
yeah. So we got
so-
liability on the old town hall and the log cabin.
Yeah.
So unless there's something else I'm missing, I don't know.
Yeah, is that, if they're recommending that a requirement that they, Dennis just talked about, I didn't see this. Dennis
Okay.
just required an indemnification clause, but are they actually requiring because they're talking about a written lease agreement, which is
Right,
a
we
little more
got-
formal than what this is.
Yeah,
But if Otarma's saying, you know, we want these organizations that are so to speak leasing to have their own liability insurance and to put it in the contract, you know, and as well as the indemnity,
okay.
we can do that.
See, I don't know if they saw our lease agreement when
Yeah.
they made that comment.
Yeah, that's not the idea I had in my head. That's, we got
Okay.
a written lease agreement. I agree, if there's a written lease agreement between a landlord and a tenant, you want indemnity, plus you want require them to have insurance.
Yeah.
So,
So we are leasing it
if
from
they
the-
want it in these types of agreement, we can put it in there.
yeah. So we are leasing it from the township for $1 per year. So
You do what?
we renting it for $1 per year from the
town hall,
township
the town
at the
hall.
old town hall. So
I mean, the township does.
yes.
Oh, okay. Is that the agreement they're talking about?
Yeah, you made up the agreement years ago.
Did I?
So
I'll have to
I don't
go
know. I wonder if they saw.
We're gonna
I
break-
wonder if they saw the agreement. That's my question. Because they actually see the agreement. I don't know. Dennis isn't here to tell us that information. So
I don't have a memory of creating that sort of a lease agreement. Maybe it even predated me, but, you
Yeah.
know, if you've got it, if somebody can pull up a copy of it.
Yeah, I got a copy.
Okay.
I asked Dennis when he come back to see if he
Sure, it's
saw.
me that, you're sure that I did it?
Yes,
You did it.
you did it.
Who else? I heard another voice say I did it. Oh,
Jim said you did
Yeah.
it.
he would know. So is that the agreement that they needed this language in?
I'm not sure if they saw the agreement. My
Okay.
question, could they see the agreement? Because I thought we were covered, because you had it made up by Alan, so.
Well, I'll take a look at it, and if
Yeah,
you
and we
have-
got
That's just for the town.
yeah, we paid like $265 per year for that liability insurance,
Okay,
so,
all right, well, I'll take a look at that.
okay,
And we'll discuss this more when Dennis is back.
right, so. So I saw that and I was like, I don't know.
That's all I have.
Anything for Alan? Maintenance, Jim.
All we're doing is mowing grass.
Pulling weeds.
Yep, spraying weeds and mowing grass. Not a whole lot going on besides that. A few little projects, but that's it.
Everything's holding up. Equipment and everything.
Yep, everything's good.
All right, fire report. Chief Davis isn't here tonight, so I've got his report. July run totals, 47 EMS details, 25 fire details, 72 total details for July. 2 of our vehicles had tire issues that needed to be addressed. Both vehicles, Brush 28 and Medic 28, went to wholesale tire to get nails removed and repaired. Both issues have been resolved. And a monthly report, mutual aid summary for fire. Harrison, 11 given. Whitewater, 3 received. Morgan Township, 1 given. Colerain, 1 received. And for EMS, Harrison, 9 given. Miami, 1 given. And Colerain, 1 received. Any questions? Give them to Chief Davis. All right, Community Coordinator Brenda.
You're in for a treat tonight. We have guests, first of all. Crosby Township Senior Club members, Ron and Barb Beecher. Ron is our current president. They have just returned from the National Senior Games in Des Moines, Iowa, and I asked them to come. I'm going to come around, and if you guys would come up here, I'll meet you up there, and I'll get the mic. They're going to tell you all about it. Wait a minute. It's your bottle. I'm just really proud of you guys. This is pretty exciting for all of us. You'll notice they're wearing a lot of hardware that would be on a national level. This is an amazing feat, and I'm going to let you, I'm not sure what all you're going to say, so I'm going to let you say what you guys have to say, and then if I think of something else, I'll just add to it.
I want to introduce myself to the trustees. I'm glad they have an opportunity to meet you. This is my wife, Barbara, and we really enjoy being the president of this senior club. You got a nice bunch of nice people there, and it's growing. And with all your new construction in this township, you're going to have more people involved. It's a good thing. We just returned from Des Moines, Iowa for the National Senior Games last week. Our last competition was last Sunday. We participated in shuffleboard and cornhole. I got a gold medal in singles shuffleboard. My wife, she got bronze medal in shuffleboard, and in doubles we got the bronze medal. And then in cornhole, I didn't do so well. I got 5th place in cornhole. I'm not that good at cornhole, but Barbara, I got 5th place. She got 6th place in women's single. And then in the mixed doubles cornhole, we got 2nd place in that. And then in men's singles and men's doubles, I got silver medal in that. So we had a long, hard week of work. And I would hope that more seniors would get involved in doing things rather than sitting in a rocking chair. Get off the rockers, you know? That's what I say. And do something, you know. Get out there and do something.
Tell us again how many were there.
Hmm?
Tell us again how many people attended.
Well, we had, in all the sports combined, there was 12,500 athletes participating. It's one of the largest. I've been been going to nationals. This is my 14th time going to nationals. Every 2 years. I started in 1995. This is my 14th. I missed a few along the way, but this is my 14th one. And we appreciate.
Getting better every time you go.
We tried to. And I wanted to do pickleball this year, but my partner passed away in January. But I was hoping to get the gold medal in the pickleball in a 90-year-old age group. That's really tough for me to find a 90-year-old play.
It does get a little harder each year.
Especially coming and going, you know.
So you're there for a week, or is it going?
Yeah, we were there for almost 10 days, I believe. Yeah, we got there on a Sunday and had practice on Monday, and Tuesday the shuffleboard started. That went for 3 days. Then we had 3 days of cornhole.
We went right from finals for shuffleboard that afternoon, and 5:30 that evening we went to cornhole.
So we played the mixed doubles and cornhole.
It's a pretty tight schedule, but that's exactly what everyone wants. You don't want to have to wait 2 weeks to play some other sport that you like. So we were lucky this year that one followed right after the other. It's not always that convenient. This is only my 3rd year, and I had never played shuffleboard before I met this man. We've been married for almost 3 years now.
You're newlyweds.
Any of my sports were always like non-team, like yoga and riding a bike, until I finally joined Whitewater's chair volleyball team, and we're still playing in a league over there. So when I started playing shuffleboard, I said, now you have to stay with me with the chair volleyball. This gets kind of boring for him.
It's a little boring, you gotta sitting down. Yeah, I gotta sit, you can't move around, you gotta sit.
So, and we play here with Crosby. It's a lot of fun, and a lot of people are sitting waiting to get in on the game when they can.
It's growing here in Crosby Township, the chair volleyball people here. We almost going in there, almost have to do 2 courts going here because we got so many people playing here. Maybe we'll have to expand this building somehow. That's something more the trustees can think about. And my last thing I want to do is I want to hope that you consider adding pickleball here.
We've talked about it.
I hope you talk about even more. Don't just talk about it, do it. I think that would be a great thing for Crosby Township. I know Whitewater Township just put 2 courts in this year, opened them up. So, so I think Crosby ought to get on the ball and get some pickleball courts in here.
Yeah, I lived in Brookville, Indiana for 40 years, and I think they had pickleball a lot sooner than the other areas.
Oh, yeah. Now, I used to have to go all the way to Middletown to play. Years ago when I first started, there was only one place to play in Cincinnati, and then I had to go to Middletown to play. And shuffleboard, we didn't have any shuffleboard playing around this area. I had to go to Kettering, Ohio to play shuffleboard, 50-mile drive just to play shuffleboard.
You know what? Could you tell them before you leave how many medals you've earned over these years?
I don't know. I got a lot of them. I got 2 beer cases full of medals.
That's a safe place to hide them, right?
Don't ask about the T-shirts.
All right.
I got 5 boxes of T-shirts from all the state games. You got to qualify to go to the nationals. Every other year, you got to qualify. Next year will be a qualifying year for the 2027 National Olympics. Will be in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which we are planning on doing, hopefully.
So where do you go to qualify?
Sir?
Where do you go to qualify?
Well, you can qualify in Ohio, but Ohio, for the last few years, did not have shuffleboard, so we had to go to Indiana and qualify down there, down Evansville, and then we had to go, we also went to Kentucky to qualify, but you got to qualify every other year, like 2000. Next year is a qualifying year for the Nationals for 27. Cornhole at the present time is not an official game of the Nationals. You don't need to qualify, but you need to register. Pretty soon it will be a qualified game in the Nationals, but right now it's not. Just pay your registration fee. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let's give him one more hand. That's pretty awesome. A national winner with medals. Thank you, guys. We had a good day today as well. We had a concert here by the Harrison choral group, and there were 30 of our people to see 10 of theirs, and they were everybody was excited. We had a reception after, lots of cookies and punch, and everybody had a great time. Okay, I'll just give you some quick highlights here. I'm going to start with July. We had a fun evening at Jim and Jack's restaurant on July 23rd for dinner with friends. And the band provided dancing music. And it was dancing music that you can do, and that they sometimes call social dancing, as well as line dancing. And we had a lot of seniors there who said, I'd really like for you to start having dance lessons for us, dance classes over at the center. And I told them that we have done that in the past with Alex and Scott Green, and a real fun couple that were here about 5 years ago. In Small World, they ran into me. They brought their children over to introduce them to me. They've had 5 children, and their 5 years, I think. So they had a little bit, everything grew, and they've been a little busy, but they were at the Deja Vu concert, and I said, so funny that you guys are here the same week that I've just been asked for new dance instructors to come in because we have couples who want to learn social dancing, and they laughed, and I said, you know, a night out might be fun for you. So get your in-laws to babysit, and you guys come over and start teaching again over with us. Anyway, that was good. The seniors shopped and enjoyed their visit to Findlay Market July 18th. We had 2 van loads that went, and we ate at Cabana on the River. That all turned out very, very nice. The weather was perfect for an enjoyable evening for the community residents to listen to the awesome rock and roll band Deja Vu. The concert was August 2nd, and we are working on a few more concerts in the near future. Some August highlights include the Senior Club August 5th meeting was great fun for the 40 members and guests who had a summer pizza party here. That was this last week with lots of homemade desserts, always. Entertainment was provided by Jared Lischke, who is a performer for the Cincinnati Creative Aging Program. There's lots of food, fun, and laughter for everybody. And Jared promised to come back again. I think the seniors wanted to start a fan club for him, as it turned out that day. We will be leaving for a Rock and Thunder riverboat trip on this coming Wednesday of next week, the 20th. The seniors will drive to Madison, Indiana to board the boat for a 5-hour trip down the Ohio River to Louisville, Kentucky. We will enjoy a delicious lunch at the Captain's Quarters Riverside Grill that overlooks the Ohio River in Louisville. And then we have 5 rooms reserved at the Riverboat Inn and Suites for an evening of fun and even shopping in Madison. We are planning lunch with friends on Monday, August 25th. We're going to visit President William Henry Harrison's museum in Cleves. The tour will begin at 10, conducted by Elizabeth Rizenacher from the Cleves Historical Society, and she will then take us to the actual tomb in North Bend, where she's going to unlock those iron gates so that everybody can have access to the inner part of the tomb to see those family members that were buried there as well. The trip's going to end for lunch at a new restaurant in Cleves called the Cleves Bistro. And I found out today that we can get one of our cast vans that holds 16 passengers. Therefore, those that have difficulty driving or can't get a ride will be able to go. If the people that can drive to Cleves, that'll work out great. Summer art classes instructed by Parker Lawhorn have been great. He's helped the students discover that they're a lot more artistic than they ever dreamed or expected. And I think, Vivian, one of your pictures was really good. I liked it. It was amazing. But anyway, he's going to meet with us tomorrow, and that'll kind of wrap it up before he starts school this week. But he wants to come back and forth and be a part of teaching. He really enjoyed it. So as he has a break time of a few weeks or whatever throughout his school year, he's going to come back and do that. Don't forget, Crosby Cafe will be rocking on 3rd Wednesday of this month, which is August 20th as well, at 7 p.m. here with Ronnie Hollowell and his band. And our next senior club meeting will be on the first Tuesday of the month, which is September 2nd at 11:30. Thank you. Thank you, you guys, for coming, too. Appreciate it. That's all my report.
Anything for Brenda?
Just
Fiscal,
a nice job.
Thank
Get
you.
to attend.
All right. Fiscal report.
I've already passed around the fiscal officer's report, and in there you've got all the appropriations, you've got the STAR report. One thing we didn't get finalized because of an issue, which I'll bring up, is that we had a little bit of a fraud on a payroll account that we unfortunately accepted earlier in the year. An employee from a bad email account to a bad ACH account, and we didn't check it. So when it came around to doing the payroll this summer, we issued that account some money, $285.01. Wasn't a lot of money, but since it was our fault, Fifth Third has basically said, this is on you. So we've now gone back to find out how we account for it, because the same day we found out about that, we issued the employee a duplicate check. So he got his money, and now we're stuck with an extra expense of $285.01 that we gotta figure out how we're gonna account for it, because it can't go into payroll expense. I'm not sure where we're gonna end up booking it, but Jamie's doing some research to figure out what account goes in whenever you get frauded. So that's what happened on that, and that's also the reason we couldn't give you a full bank reconciliation, because we don't know exactly where that money is gonna go. So once we get it out, we probably won't get it back into the bank account. We'll probably just have to refund it out of a general fund or someplace else. We're getting advice on how to handle that. Further progress on the 2017 tax issues. I've given you all copies of the transcript that was given back to us June 26th, but I got another invoice today from the IRS, and it costs us a boatload of money not to get this resolved, and we're trying to get a hold of the IRS and sit down and try to negotiate some of the penalties and interest charges that we continue to get hit with. And I'm not ready to pull the trigger and say just write a check, but it's almost worth it to write a check because of the interest being accrued every day is a lot of money. So 2017, we're working it as hard as we can. If we can get the IRS to work with us, we'll get it resolved. The good news is that Jamie has contacts, and she got a hold of Warren Davidson's office today, and they're supposed to call us back tomorrow and see if they can help us with the bureaucracy. Maybe I can negotiate some of the interest and penalties away, since we've been working on this since late March, early April, and we can't get any progress from those that can resolve this for us. And again, it's costing us a lot of money each month to have this. So in the last 6 months, that's a sizable amount of money that's been lost because of the inappropriate filings. Now, the other thing we did find, and going back to 2017 bank statements, we think that the payments were made out of the ACH account to somebody at the IRS. So we got to find out who got credit for our money, because it's not showing up on our statements. It shows up that we haven't paid, but now we've got records that indicate that we did make those payments. So did it go to a bad account, or did it go to somebody else's account? We don't know yet, so we're trying to figure that out. So we're going to get 2017 resolved, and then we got to start working on issues for 21, 22, 23, and 24. We've got an unfinished audit for 24, and Jamie's going to start pulling together that documentation to get that all sorted out. But we've got issues from 17 all the way to current date that just must be taken care of, and my commitment to you is to button it up and then put in internal control so that this doesn't happen again, so that the trustees will know day one that we've got an issue with the IRS or any of the pension funds that we also fund from fire, EMS, and public employees. So it needs to be buttoned up. I'm going to get it buttoned up, get it resolved, but I may have to come back to you and say, looks like we're going to have to write another check, and as soon as that happens, I'll let you know. You talked about the risk management issues there, and prior audit recommendations. I've been going through the audit reports from the state, and it goes back to all 2006. We have recommendations out there, and I can't find action ledgers that says on all those recommendations we made progress, we did something, we didn't do something, it came to the trustees, or we're not going to do that. I can't find those records. So I'm going to go back through all those audit reports and say, okay, can we find evidence that we achieved those recommendations or not, and then document those and bring them to the trustees for approval. So that goes all the way back to 2006. So a long time this thing has been unbundled and not really properly taken care of, and I'll take care of it. That's it.
I'm glad you got a hold of the Warren Davidson's office when there was an issue when Chuck was fiscal officer.
Yep.
And Steve Shabbat was the rep at that time, and
Right.
his office took some action on our behalf and got things straightened out, so.
Yeah. So
Sometimes
we're
you
we're
gotta
gonna
make a
pull
call.
all the triggers to get to somebody, so they'll answer the phone. I couldn't even go to the IRS.gov and find out, where do I send inquiries about this kind of question? You know, because at one time, long time ago, I had a tax practice. I was CPA in the day doing public audits, and then at night I took care of wealthy individuals' tax returns. And it was easy. I could find people and get some help. I think they've lost so much talent at the IRS in manpower and skill that, you know, I don't know if they know what to do with all this extra work. So we're going to get to it, get somebody to help us open some doors. But if we can't get them to open the doors, I'm not sure if I'll have to recommend pay the bill just to stop the interest charges, because that's a lot of cash every day. Compounds. That's the end of my report.
Anything else for Charlie? Thank you. Zoning rec.
Last month, we issued 4 zoning permits for decks and 1 accessory building. And that's all I have.
Rick, I see you got a response from Great Parks about signage.
I had a meeting with them a couple of weeks ago, and they wanted to see what I thought about them reducing the size of their signs. And we had a discussion, and I explained to them that our zoning says you can have a 6-foot sign, not a 14-foot sign. He says, well, we're gonna make them smaller. But I said, you know, what's the point? You're not gonna comply with our zoning anyway. And I thought it might be and they wanted to be good neighbors. And I said, well, why don't you come to our township trustee meeting tonight and explain to the trustees and the public what your intentions are as far as the signage and such. And I thought it'd just be a good idea. That way they would, be good neighbor type thing. And you can see by the letter that they've decided not to. And what they've done, I don't know why they had a meeting with me, because I said I can't give you permission to just lower the size of the signs. And like I said, I requested them to come to this meeting tonight just to explain everything that's going on at the park, but they decided not to. So they've downsized the signs, but they still don't meet our requirements, but they said, well, we really don't have to. So that's the gist of the letter.
And really, the current state of the law is that they really don't.
Right, yeah.
Until the law changes, Great Parks can basically do what they want. Even though they try to be a good neighbor, they're gonna probably just continue to do what they want, so.
Well, as far as, the public, the park district is a separate government entity. And we just found this out at the beginning of this year, after our attorney said that we can do whatever we want. We're a separate government entity due to Ohio Revised Code, and why they're coming to us for zoning, they don't need to. They said, if you don't like what we do, sue them. And as far as being good neighbors, that it really hasn't happened, not anymore.
Unfortunately, that is really the only alternative the township is to go and file suit against them. If it's
Right.
really, become a burden on the township. So, but we don't have any other recourse.
No, and it's over silly things, size of a sign and that sort of thing. But they're adamant that we don't have to comply with anything you tell us to do. They also had a problem with getting a building permit from Hamilton County, and in Hamilton County, had to go see a judge to settle it, because Hamilton County wanted a zoning permit from us to be able to build. That's normal to be able to build a building. but I couldn't issue them a zoning permit because they said they didn't need to. But the county said, well, we need a zoning permit, and they ended up going to see a judge about how to get this resolved. But they've now had, started their project. So it was a learning lesson for the township, and this lets you know that the park is a separate government agency and are not beholden to Crosby Township, is what it amounts to.
So they're saying they are a separate government entity, is that right?
Correct.
Also, how about Funal Preserve? Is that a federal government entity?
That's federal, where the park is county.
So my question, and I think I mentioned it to Alan in private, is if they are a separate government entity, at one time, years ago, we had the agreement with the Funal Preserve to give them fire and EMS protection. I wonder if we can do that with Great Parks, saying if you have a separate energy and you need fire protection and EMS service, we're open for agreement with you to provide that. They got the park ranger for the police, but they're going to have a fire department. So my question, they're legal saying that we're going to need to obey by your zoning, but if that's the case, they can't have the cake and eat it too. So maybe we should send a letter to their legal saying we're offering you fire and EMS protection since you don't have any, and you're a separate government entity. I get like a city of Harrison and Harrison Township, to index that land. City of Harrison is providing police and fire protection to.
I think that the chief had some discussions.
Yeah, I talked to him about it, and I actually talked to Springfield Township's chief, because they have Winton Woods there, and he says they provide free service to them. So I don't know if any of Great Parks is paying it for any kind of services.
So I wonder if we could do some kind of agreement to give them protection so much a year. So is that, I don't know if that's something you want to look into, Alan, or you want to talk to their legal, saying, you can't have your cake and eat it too. If you're going to allow us to control the size of your signs, then why do we need to give you fire protection? Because you're separate.
They're not paying any taxes.
Yes. So, they didn't want to open this up, and now I think we could go completely and look into everything while they're saying they're separate entities. So, that's my thought. So,
I'll look into it.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Great, thanks, Rick.
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but worthwhile looking into it.
Yeah, they're getting a basically free service.
Yes. Because they're saying neighbor mean they're not part of us. They got the letter, so.
So in old business, so in June, we were given a list of questions from a resident to be responded to in July, which we did. But then they put on social media that we didn't, and I would appreciate that being corrected. And that's all I have. Chuck?
None.
New business? I have none. Chuck?
None.
I've got an addition.
Yeah, for other concerns?
Yeah, it's basically we have a need for an executive session after this today on a personnel issue. So just wanted to put it in the record that we're going to meet.
So then I make a motion that we go into executive session for personnel reasons per Charlie and include Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
I'll second it.
Roll call?
Yes.
Doug,
Yes.
okay. Doug, Chuck, yep.
So it is,
Yeah,
yes,
I did.
7:40, or 8:05. Ready?
Adjourn?
Yes.
No, we have to come back out again. We'll resume the meeting at 8:29. Our next regular business meeting will be on September 8th, 2025 at 7 p.m. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
I'll
I'll
second.
make that motion.
I'll second.
Carl.
Roll call.
Mr. Heiss?
Yes.
Mr. Lumen?
Yes. 8:30.
8:30.